My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire Downfall. Let's continue with the Guardian. Alright, you can see that console over there. That's the character we're going to be playing. Oh, looks like we've got a bug on the screen and we'll be actually looking at the character art today. Well. I can actually take an elite out with this. So then this becomes a 2 elite path with a bunch of rests. Oh my god, that's a 3 elite path with a bunch of rests. That's like all the value you want from a first floor, frankly. Yeah, I need to recall. Good kill right there. Oh, rough fight, well fought. Walker Claw, Temporal Shield, and Crystal Beam. As much as I want a card, I'll take a Temporal Shield. You can find a one-off Temporal card pretty easily. Choose your bracelet there, as well as Time Bomb, Sapphire, and Orb Walk. Sapphire, enter defensive mode on a gem is really good. But that Orb Walk... that Orb Walk could be relevant. Put in Stasis and some such. I don't know about that. Time Bomb for 30 damage to all enemies. After it would leave Stasis. Only if I'm really accelerating do I think that's a great move here. I'm just going to take the Orb Walk for the damage. Remove a card, gain a random gem. Sure. It's got to defend. Getting a Quartz. Wow. I mean, that goes in the curl up, but... nice. Let's break the ruby. Upgrade the curl up, and then we can put the quartz in it next field. It's got to be Orb Walk, Temporal Shield. Then next turn's probably defend as well as the block potion. Thankfully we drew the defend, so the turn still works. Then in the next cycle, I'm just going to want to get one down. Probably going to take me another cycle to get another down. If we're honest. Come on. Single attack. That's all I need. Found it. If I take one more point of damage, I go into defensive mode as well. Okay, so we'll be in defensive mode for the next turn. I mean, defensive mode with a defend in the deck. Maybe I should have targeted the backliner here. Because I'm already hard defended against the front. Yeah, so the next turn where I can actually take damage was going to be the sentry. I should have been targeting the backliner with the 2 attacks I used a couple turns ago. One more strike, please. I asked for 1. How dare you give me 2? In excess of requirement right there. Ooh. That'll do. Good fight. Lizard Tail, when you die, heal to 50% of your HP. Works once. That Prismatic Beam is looking pretty good with strength already in the deck. Smiling Mask, Merchant's card removal service now always costs 50 gold. Yes. No? Yes. No? Yes. Yes, no. Yes. Alright, we'll go for it. We got a lot of shops left. This fight's just going to cost me a bunch of HP. Not super jazzed about it, but if that's the way it's going to be, that's the way it's going to be. I'm glad to get that full block on that turn. And in fact, this turn the enemy won't deal enough damage, and then I hopefully get the kill. Great. Great follow-up right there. Amber for an accelerate and a prismatic barrier. Oh, wow. We're a stasis gem deck. It's exactly what we want to be. Let's enhance the prismatic beam 2 times over here, making it extremely versatile. Then I want to upgrade it as well, giving it another socket. One more fight. Next turn's already pretty defensive. Can I pass that orb walk, really? No. We have 2 multi-hits in the deck. That orb walk is significant. Just have to play the multi-hit. Happily take the 10 this turn. Giving me the ability to curl up for this turn so I can do damage. Unfortunately, we had curl up also in this hand. So we really do need... Okay, never mind. Needed just a decent defensive draw and we found it. We're going to find it again. Yeah, with 2 defense left in the deck. Alright, fruit juice... only if I'm going to die. Otherwise, I think I can still avoid it. Come on, double defend. Nice. All right, triple even. And here's almost certainly our kill. Either draw double defend or the ability to kill this turn. We got the ability to kill. Bronze armor versus prismatic barrier. We're a gem deck as well. I want a prismatic barrier. I want places to put gems. God, I really, really wish I could afford to do this. I'm not powerful enough. I'll die to him. But I will just die. God, this would be so good though. Just upgrade the... I mean, that's about its potential, that upgrade there. Orb walk only really matters when I can actually start putting things up into stasis. Can't do that yet. Sure, I remove that in the next phase. Upgrade 3 random cards. Nice. I mean, is it a problem that I drew the regret in this hand? Not really. I just don't want to draw it in... No, I'm probably... 1, 2, 3... Yeah, I'm most likely to draw it again before the fight is out, but it's possible I don't. Wah. Well, that hurt. At least we do get the removal. Suspension and card removal? Or Revenge Protocol and card removal? When you leave defensive mode, gain 3 momentary strength. Enter defensive mode. I like that. It gives us something we can do, something we can scale with. Doesn't work towards my stasis build at all, though. Temporal shields upgrades to be draw 2 as well, so it's actually quite significant at that point. Suspension can have sockets put in. Fine. Go suspension, regrets. Leave this area, go for another... Ooh, war paint! Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. Great. And then Pantograph. Also, the suspension got upgraded, so it draws a card. Love it. Pantograph at the start of boss combat, heal for 25 HP. That matters a lot because we're about to get into a boss combat, and I think I'm probably, maybe not dead, but certainly not healthy. Should have just played the double defend. I forget that I have the ink bottle. Polishing oil, stasis strike. Well, that's consistent stasis access if I need it. It's also a gem every turn for free. Unless I'm already overloading my stasis slots, is there a reason not to turn this? Not to turn this, I mean not to take this? Not that I can discern. Look at the amount of relics we have here on floor 1. So there's the starter, you know, there was also the meows bonus. 1. This is from cracking a heart, so I guess not super difficult to get. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still a lot of relics, even with those slight justifications downwards. Okay, suspension on the orb walk. We're gonna get 4 strength over the course of this fight then. Let's pop out the prismatic beam first. It's also worth noting accelerate gems just became really good because I'll always have a target for them with the stasis strike here. I am amazed we managed to block for the full amount here. That's a pretty onerous attack. And yet we rose the occasion. Suspension. I'm going to suspend the card that I do not want this time. Nice try. I'm not going to let you deal any damage to me here. Going to be buffing before that attack, thinking I'm not going to defend. No, nothing. Ah, yeah, I was about to accelerate immediately. I should have put a different thing up there. That's my bad. I'll happily eat the damage on that one as well. It's only 2. Hopefully we get the kill this turn, but the enemy has a giant amount of blocks, so I'd be a little surprised. Okay, stasis strike, prismal beam. Never mind. I guess I am surprised. Onyx. Stasis field. Wow. Sure. Let's do it. Places mode shifter. Begin each combat in defensive mode, which persists for 5 turns. I like that. Velvet Choker is not useful for me at all. We already cheat energy costs pretty... I mean, if I took the Idol of Reformation here, maybe I just end up cycling constantly. Happily, easily, sure. I like a good cycle. Okay. Well, I have to go for the Emerald Delete on this floor, unfortunately. Which means I'm definitely starting over here on the left. The first upgrade. I want both the Stasis Strike and Stasis Field to have a socket. It's going to be a huge part of their value to me. Suspension and Orb Walk at the same... No, okay. Just the Orb Walk by itself then. Yeah, Stasis Strike and then Prismatic Beam. Does not bring the Stasis Strike back. Yeah, it's still 2 turns. I want more Accelerate gems. So we'll help solve this all. accelerate gems. Well, we found accelerate, but not in a gem. That chrono boost is already the ability to kind of scale. We need some scaling somewhere, don't we? Take that and then just cut a strike. It's definitely a strike. We've got damage, we've got scaling. It's gotta be the strikes. The problem with going for the Emerald Elite on this floor is the path is so much worse. Over here we get rest, elite, shop, rest, 3 question marks. The shop, super important to us still. Have the ability to remove another card there. I'm risking it. I think I'm risking it here. By risking it here also, one sec. Yeah, sure, I'll just put you down there, I guess. By risking it here, I'm saying that I'm gonna look for the Emerald Elite on the next floor, and then the ability to get to a shop after them. Polishing oil? Yeah. That's certainly significant enough damage. We throw out Stasis, a strike against the front line. Yeah, if I can get the full defense, we're already okay. Just evening them out, so if anyone decides to attack, it is very easy to just put exactly that unit down on the ground. Is there any way I kill this with a single attack? Yeah, actually, that Stasis strike is 10 damage. This is important because of the ink bottle. Ruby, suspension, and recover. That prismatic barrier basically just wants chaff in it at the moment. It'll take anything. It'll take a ruby. Just anything that increases its ability block. Then the chrono boost needs to be significantly more effective. Fragmented gems and the aquamarine gems for the crystal wards and the fragmented shivs, the crystal shivs rather. Both of those are impactful as hell. I would love to see them. Ow. Don't love all this. Let's at least get that. Stasis field starting to throw back and up. Stasis field and stasis strike. I mean, look, it's clearly a match made in heaven. Happy for the extra defense. Not happy for the whole ridiculous amount of damage I'm about to take. Probably gonna have to rest in the next campfire as well as a result. Actually, I have a lizard tail. I might expend the lizard tail specifically so that I can get more powerful right now instead. See how many cards we get to play? This is gonna make the chrono boost very happy. Should have played 2 more attacks there against different targets. Got 2 hung up on. Hey, I actually can kill them! Yay! Kind of feeling. Priming, shield charger, polybeam. Don't need any of those, I don't think. Temporal shield drawing an extra card is huge right now, especially considering how many of our deck become 0 cost. Eventually, at least. I can go for 2 more elites. No. Preserved Insect. Enemies in elite combats have 25% less HP. I'll take the key over the ceramic fish there because I cannot imagine too many more cards I'm going to want to include in this deck at this point. Okay. Curl up into a... Ooh, Chrono Boost. Stasis Field that out there. And then Prismatic Beam into a state. I don't want to do that. Just going to Temporal Shield and pop. Sure, I'll put a Prismatic Beam up there just so that I make sure that I get back to it. Guess that's 2 easy strikes. Yeah, my value is very much just tied up in the cards that I can't cast always. Do suspension first. Something tells me I'm going to need more defense at the end of this turn. Call it a hunch. Never mind. I was wrong. My hunch was off. I cannot kill this enemy without using an attack there, unless I wanted to use a potion. I didn't. Most of the deck is upgraded at this point. Blessing in the Forge isn't great for us. Don't need a planning. Don't need a program. Don't even need a prismatic barrier. Not while I haven't filled the first one, at least. Because we're running out of time to fill them. It's Chrono into... Okay, we did get more defense there. Oops. That was poorly handled on my part. But again... It's fine if we die. There's a reason that this is not really a concern for me. One more turn to attack you here. That's... Yeah, the start of our fight here was so slow. We basically got no damage here, unfortunately. So we're like here for removal and then maybe a card on sale. Ooh, speaking of a card on sale, that's the Fragmented Gem. Pretty much exactly what I asked for prior. Then there's the removal. Stasis. Yep. I don't need the absolute best effect every single time I play it, but that's a good effect. The longer I wait, the worse off I'm going to be. Arena champions are going to be significantly easier for us than a hero. I don't know if I can afford to play Chrono Boost here. Got it. Backline is dealing 8. I definitely need to curl up. Let's throw the fire potion against the front line here as well. Okay, you've got one single large turn here to try and kill me. Otherwise, you die. In fact, you might not even get that much of an opportunity. Yeah, I'm just really gunning for this one. All right, we got the kill. Got him. Gemstone gun. Upon pickup, choose 3 gems. Start of each combat. Sorry. Yeah, start of each combat. Gain a card with retained exhaust and each gem socketed. That's another accelerate. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That goes on Prismatic Beam. 100%. Just take it. Oh, wow. Citrine. Draw. Artifact? We'll go for the Shiv. That is one hell of a gun right there. Move all strikes at 3 upgraded tackles. If I had 3 strikes still left in the deck, I might do that. Consult the playbook. Not interested in that one either. Pass that over. Meat on the bone. Okay. Look, if we don't lose this fight, then we might win it. Hang on. We can do quite well in this fight, overall, I think, as well. It's easiest to say. And then if we do, we manage to go on, having taken a giant risk and having had it pay off. Absolutely pay off for us. Okay, all walk into Stasis Strike, then Amber out a free card for us. Prism. Beam, get the second one up there. Great. Yeah, Stasis Strike is just trigger of 2 extra cards every single turn for the sake of the strength gain. So playing 0 more cards, gain 2 strength. So it's 7-2. What? I don't understand why this track's 7-2. I guess it's like... How many... So it's 9 total. I don't know which is which. Maybe 2 is the strength I gain. The buff token for Chrono Boost is always, like... always confused me. Yeah, so 2 is the amount of strength gained. It seems like that information could be on the tooltip, but doesn't necessarily need to be on the counter, because that thing doesn't change the amount of strength. I mean, okay, never mind. The amount of strength that okay, the amount of strength changes after playing another Chrono Boost. However, there's a good example that I will parallel in the main game, and that is Panache. Panache just triggers, it just has on hover over, it will tell you the amount of damage you are dealing to all of the enemies. But then the tracker on the individual buff token itself is literally just, hey, this is how many cards you played and how many more cards you need to play for the kill. Or for the trigger, rather. And even then, I get a little bit confused with that one because I don't know whether it's telling me how many cards I need to play for the trigger or how many cards I have played. Reroute, Stasis Engine, and Incinerate. As much as I want to Accelerate, but it comes with a socket. No. No, we're already gem-starved. Don't increase that problem in order to solve another thing that is not a problem. Feels like a capital B bad move. I just did that as a capital B bad move right there. Having not accelerated the Stasis Strike by playing it first. I barely even noticed the change cost in that hand. Gonna have to snack on me harder. I'll happily suspend that one. Go for a single amber. Curl up. Really just for the 3 damage we get to deal back here. Nice. Priming. Nope. Hard pass all of those. Happily, in fact. Okay, this is the claw deck. We get a giant heal coming into this fight, thankfully. Chrono boost before we do anything else. I don't need a gemstone gun this turn. I can wait. One in 4 to draw that suspension. 50%. 1 in 2 if I use the gemstone as well as the prismatic beam. Fine. Actually, it was even more because of the ink bottle. Put the orb walk up in there. And then just play as many zero-cost cards as I possibly can. Get all the scaling we can. That orb walk's, like, the amount of damage that orb walk provides to us is no longer really relevant. We have so much more scaling than we need from the Chrono Boost right now. Again, we'll throw those out there. Come on, and damage? No. It's fine. Still play for the increment. Okay, we want to use Stasis and then Suspension, so whatever we try and set up doesn't work. That's actually ideal for us because the things that are up there, we already want to send back up there. There we go. Not that it matters because we ended at that turn. At the start of your turn, accelerate. Huge pickup. Inability to upgrade anything else in the deck. Time Sifter no longer becomes innate. That's actually basically it. I don't even want it to be innate. Deck's super thin. I can get to it anyway myself. It doesn't matter if it's innate. Oh my god. Also, we did get the right position there. Okay, hang on. I'm going to break that emerald. Enhance this into the Stasis fields? No, I'm still going to cut more cards from this deck, so Prismatic Beam's fine. Give the rest there. Okay, we got 2 attempts at shops later on as well, so we have at least 2 card removals on this floor. And 1 next floor. Yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good. Prismatic Barrier still needs gems in it, though. It's really falling apart under the weight of not having them. New protocols to destroy, but will they work? I simply love accelerating so many cards out of hand here. Stasis is legit low-key becoming my favorite build with Guardian. That surprises me a lot because Stasis was probably the build with the Guardian it took me the longest to take to initially. Yeah, I don't want those normalities. Not even slightly. Pop that up and then use the temporal shield for the extra draw here. Okay. I tried real hard to get that orb walk to actually be able to get buffed by the suspension. Sadly, that was not to be. But this one would hit Stasis Fields. Fine, it can just hit a normal defend. Although I probably should have played the Stasis Field first. No, I wouldn't have been able to. I drew it with that. Alright. Just as much damage as can be done here. Enemy gets up this turn. And we should get the kill basically before they even manage to attack again. So I mean, look, the zero costs defense get out. Stasis Strike. Then Stasis Field. really needs a socket. Use a prismatic beam to get the stasis strike as well as part of the stasis field back. Actually, are you... You barely even make it out of this turn. Good fight. I'm intentionally trying to get the ink bottle as high as possible at the end of that combat as well. Incense burn every 6 turns, gain an intangible. Don't need any of that. Sure, rest for no benefit. Don't need that healing. I've done a whole lot of resting recently, as it turns out. For some reason. Stasis field temporal. Again, tried real hard to get that Orb Walk in the right position. I don't think I should be trying for that anymore. Maybe after I cut more cards from the deck. Okay. Defends. One more for the road and a suspension. Sure, let's suspend burn. I don't want to deal with it this turn. I don't want to even deal with it next turn, but... Oh god, I definitely don't want to deal with it this turn. This is strike and field. So both of those were 0 costs. This one went up and is 1, this one went up as 2. So I think is what's happening here is the Idol of Retromation is... affected one of them, and that's what set this to 0, which is why it's to 1, which is why it's to 2. Wish I could just influence it to specifically hit the right ones, though, for us. Okay. It's got to be basically nothing else I can really do here other than cycle as hard as I can for extra strength so that even a single attack is more than enough here. Bag of Preparation. At the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. Time Capacitor. I actually do not need that even slightly. Also, it's another card in the deck, and I do not want to put more cards in this deck at all, even slightly. Definitely don't need an Energy Potion, though. Might be Statue. I have to go to this rest. For the sake of breaking this emerald. That's also our final rest. The absolute final resting place for us. Quantum Chamber. We get Aged, which actually gives us pain instead for some reason. Pretty much everything I've seen that gives you Curse Aged instead gives me pain. Strangely. Upon pickup, choose a card. Start each combat with the card removed from your deck. At the start of the 4th turn, return it and add 2 copies of it. Prismatic Beam? Right? It just gives me more copies of it so I can constantly accelerate through those turns. It's Prismatic Beam. It's Quantum Chamber Prismatic Beam. Yeah, see? Pain. Okay. Unfortunately, pain is actually, no pun intended, but very painful for us. I say no pun intended and then power on with the pun anyway. But that's because I heard my internal monologue and I was like, no pun intended? I mean, yeah, I didn't mean it when I came up with this sentence, but you still gotta say it. There's a Twin Strike, don't need the pain, fine. Hopefully this is the only fight I really need to deal with the pain at all. Stasis field, stasis. I mean, stasis strike? No. I'm just gonna put the temporal shields up there. Yeah, the temporal shield is up there just so that this kind of turn is significantly more powerful. So now I stasis fields. Ready, prismatic beam. Getting 2 cards back in hand. Really don't like that pain is involved in what we're currently doing, but oh well. You know what? I'm suspending that pain. Okay, this has got to be the kill. Pair, Quantum, Polybeam. No. Gain stasis slots until you have 3. Just got to put in place stasis. Don't care. 2 more times I get to fight you. Definitely seems like the best I could do on that first turn. Hopefully it set us up well enough. In fact, it looks like it may have. Okay. Because we just get pure unadulterated damage, basically, for the rest of the game. It's the fight, rather. Kill up, defend. I'm going to throw damage into the next cycle. And I'll suspend a pain. If I have to do that to avoid the damage, fine. Do we have another suspend in this hand, though? I suspected not. That's okay, because we actually do finally get the merchant kill. We've got 2 merchants we can now visit with the money that we got. And we can remove the pain as one of the 2 things. And then we have something else we get to do as well. Yikes. Actually, this shop is complete garbage here for us. Stasis engine. That's a lot of draw. We end up playing a lot of 0-cost cards because of the Idol Retromation. Fine. Stasis engine has a place in this deck. I don't think I need anything else there, though. The Glowing Tesseract. I only want to look at 1 boss card here. Yeah, because there are very, very few that I would take. I mean, just take the relic. More bank? Alright, well, I get 12 out of that more bank. Gain a stasis slot. When a card enters stasis, upgrade it. Already have done. This is really kind of disappointing in terms of the amount of gems I managed to find. Do I take another chrono? I wouldn't be able to upgrade it. All's fine here. So hopefully we just get a giant relic next floor, I guess. To suspend you. Then... yeah, don't have to worry about hitting the pain. So glad that's gone. I really should be attacking the backliner here. It's my bad. Ought to have been doing that the whole time. Maybe it's okay to split the love so that, yeah, if either of them is getting too spicy this turn, I would have the ability to shut that one down in particular. But because I... yeah, actually, if I did focus entirely on the backliner, I would be fine here. Attack potion finds us. Refracted beam helps. Also, I do have to cycle some of these potions. I definitely don't need all of them. That's how the stasis engine is meant to be used. Because typically when I use it with a bunch of crystal shivs. Rather than actually making use of the stasis that it is flavored for. These prismatic beams are ultimately just set for the Nya fight and such. Multi-beam suspension. Still don't need either. I have a way in this deck to gain an artifact. I think I do. Not one that I can think of, at least. Yeah, I dramatically avoided all ways to gain artifacts, which I'm regretting. Good stasis engine. I mean, look, we can try and put anything up and it's just going to fail. But now that we are all powered up, very close to just comboing the enemy out to dead. So I just need to make sure that the stasis fields that I put up are worth it. Because we're like 2 turns? 1 turn from those coming up? Didn't expect I was going to draw anything that turn, unfortunately. Alright, yeah, we're 0 turns now. Okay. Yeah, that prismatic beam just returns 2 cards to hands. Let's try it again. On. The amount of cycle that we're doing is itself something, but at the same rate, it's so much. Please. Just let me have one single giant card that I throw at the enemy at the start of each fight, and then they die. I ran out of brain a while ago. Not bad. The absolute least, we have made it to now. Well, okay, not yet. I'm almost certain we will, though. Welcome back, Shoppy. I mean, stasis and then the 0 costs. I've only got 2 more 0 costs in hand, so I'm not going to be able to draw anything to combo with the Orb Walk. There's also no reason to go for any extra defense on that turn. I do not yet have the time meter up, so I don't need to exhaust all my hands. There you go. We found the Chrono Boost finally. Guess I'll suspend a defend. Yeah, just defend again. I can get very, very, very tanky and defensive for a while here. In fact, I think that's right. Like, we only pivot really to try and deal damage to the enemies after we hit the Quantum Egg. It's kind of why the Quantum Egg is here. One more stasis into Ruby and Strike. Yeah, so this has 0 on it, but my hand has space. It didn't at the start, though. So do I have to accelerate to get this one? If I accelerate 2, do I get these? All 3? Do I just get 1? 2? I don't know. Guess there is one way to find out, though. Okay, I could just get infinite energy doing this consistently if I wanted to. But I'd rather end the fight sometime this millennium. Yeah, it didn't even decrease that. Okay, so it counts as 0 pip. Interesting. Throw more of those out and another prismatic beam. And in fact, I'll just finish it with the prismatic beam rather than waiting. Shuriken. Nice, nice. Not bad, not bad. None of that's needed though. Gems, gems, gems. Yikes. I'm gonna take another time sifter. I don't think I need the Nunchku. I'm gonna take a power potion as well. I mean, stasis fields triggers it multiple times a turn. Prismatic barrier gets extra block, but we have no problem with our block at all, even slightly. You know, I really could have used some sort of a mining pick here. It's hard to imagine someone so unlucky as to need a mining pick in this situation, but that's me. Chrono into stasis. Great setup so far. I love another stasis here. I don't need 3 time sifters. Or do I? I don't. Or do I? A single stasis engine was already more than enough to get us in an infinite cycle. Fine. Take time sifter. Don't love this. We're about to have all of the, curses put into the deck. Hope we draw many of the curses in the same turn. Yeah, it looks like I will draw Haunted and Bewildered at the same time. Actually, 1, 2. That's the worst case. Well, this is ethereal. It's fine. I never have to let it burn. Oh my god, it's exactly Orb Walk that we got there as well. That is wild. I'm going to play the Bewildered. I mean, these are the 3 ethereal cards, and they're exactly the ones I want to be ethereal. Just keep going. Well, you tried, meow. You really did, apparently, but it's just not going to be enough. I'd be happy to have lost that card. Ooh. I'm going to be overfilling my hand a lot while I'm doing this. Need to be careful of that. Prismatic Beam. Draws. Brings back the Stasis Strike. Use all of the... Suspension is ethereal. I am very happy with that one burning out at this point. Take that kill and move on. We've also got Intangibility here for the first turn. Probably not relevant. Enemy's going to be buffing. Oh no! They're not buffing. They're debuffing me. So it's a little more relevant. Okay. No draw yet. Just prismatics. As well, and we should be able to now refocus our target. Aim. Back to Meow. We may even be able to take Meow down this turn. We're generating energy all the while that we do this. And we're generating cards. In a roughly comfortable enough pattern that I do think I'm just safe. Okay. Certainly curl up first. Although probably should have left the... yeah, the Stasis Strike in front there instead. And not played the Stasis Field so I could get more Stasis Strikes. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Let's try this one more time then. Okay, that's ethereal. We throw that one away, and then I guess just Stasis Field. I could keep cycling for the sake of... in fact, I just should. Anytime I can. Just for the sake of getting stronger with the Chrono Boost. Alright, so you were the last enemy I'd fought. Okay. Curl up. Dark Whisper, just get rid of it. Make some space in hand, because it's not going to matter. Easy Prismatic gives us back the same Stasis Strike, which we then use to... murder Nyao. Goodbye, Nyao. So long, and thanks for all the fish. And that's how you use Stasis Strike and Stasis Field. Jam a bunch of accelerates into the deck and then just go the heck off. Very glad to have explored that build as well, because the amount of times that I saw the Stasis Strike and the Stasis Field and thought, oh, I would love to build around this, but didn't get either of them early enough. Or at least before I'd already defined a very contradictory kind of strategy in the deck. Very glad to have finally fulfilled what I wanted that one to be. For the moment, though, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire Downfall. There is a playlist in the description down below with all of my contents of the game, past, present, and future. And hopefully we'll see you next time.